You know, I got this fat ass, you know.
Yeah,
Shit
you
like
need
Buffy
to
the body.
get in this. Let me put you one of these pieces.
Now look, man. Yeah, the name of the store is called I Ming. I know that's your daughter's. Both of the names together. Because at first, you know, I thought it was just Ming. Like, damn, I wonder, you know, about how old is I wonder if she ever fell away. Like, you know, because but I understand now it's I Ming.
I Ming, Ayoki and Ming, yeah.
Yeah. So what made you name it? You know, I Ming.
You know why? Because initially I had a partner, and it was called something a name I'd rather not mention, but it was called something else, and you know, she picked the name because the boutique was actually dropped in my lap. I never ever thought about running a boutique. It was something that it was in God's plan. And when we went through our bullshit and we departed our ways or whatever, I said, you know what, I'm gonna get them something. You know, so I feel like they both already got properties in their name, so let's take it a notch more. So I did the I Ming, and actually everybody always asks me where did my kids' names come from, and I never tell you bitches. But you know what, I've been looking up to Kamora Release since I was a kid. That bitch got every baby father is a fucking millionaire. Like, the bitch is lit. The bitch is bad. The bitch found her way and she stepped in that bitch and she stayed there. You know, so yeah, I stole her kid's name, but her daughter's name is Ayoki. I did Ayoki.
Ayoki. Is that for your child's father, like close to his name?
Well, you know what, because my child's father's name is Ayon, so Ayon and Ayoki, and my other daughter's father's name is Tony, but he didn't want your Ming name to be Ming. Yeah. But I'm like, nigga, I'm not giving her no regular. Their names gotta match. I hate when you see a family and it's Zakia, Crystal, Ashley, Philippe. Like, it just match your kids' names, you know? So that's what I did. But I just stole the names from her because I admire her. I'm a day one fan, you know? So if I would have had a son, his name would have been Kenzo. Listen, bitch.
Yo, you play no game. Now, I see you bust down. I gotta get a little bit into that.
Yeah, you know, my jeweler's Ralphie. I go to Ralphie or whatever, and then, of course, Demetrius. Ralphie's my day one, but Demetrius, you know, he popping. So, you know, those jewelry buy or whatever.
Hey. Now, listen, like, just how is it having, like, your business? It's beautiful here. You got, like, a lot of, like clothes and stuff.
It's for every size. Extra small, extra large. I got some for the grandmoms, the kids, whoever. I try to, you know, everything in my boutique I would not wear. Yeah. But I try to think outside the box when I'm ordering, you know, because everybody ain't shapy, you know, so I try to get stuff.
Now, some folks did say, like, some of your stuff was used, maybe some that was in your closet or so. This is, like, just rumors. And
now, you know what? I do have used sneakers. Like, I always have, like, these Louis Vuitton, I sell them for $200. I paid $12.50 for them. Everybody know my kids' stuff. Some of my kids' stuff, you know, I might, you know, it's normally sneakers and stuff, you know, because I feel like, shit, if I'm going to go spend a bag on that shit and it's still in good condition, yes, I'm selling it. I ain't no shame in my game. Listen, okay? Listen, it's not that. But most of them, my pieces is all brand new. You know, I don't order from, no shade against China, but I order from LA. My pieces is expensive, so my prices is a little pricey or whatever, but you know, it worked for me.
Do you think your popularity like helped with your business?
Of course. You see this boutique in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
You know, I never, since the year I've been open myself, I never had a customer come from outside and come in. It's always from Instagram. You know, and the popularity definitely paved the way because it's literally in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, you have celebrities. Even when I was looking on your page and stuff, like you had celebrities come in here and trying on stuff. And I know you got like a men's section in the back there. So like how does that feel? Like, does that give you like that boost of ego? Like, I got this motherfucking hair.
You know what? No, because I'm very humble. You know, like, God bless me. Anything I want, I touch, I can buy. That's facts. But I'm humble. You know, like, so it don't make me feel like, bitch, my boutique had so-and-so come in, you know, because we had Dave East in here. I had KK from Love and Hip Hop. You know, there's a couple celebrities that came past or whatever, but, you know, I remain humble because God giveth and God can take it. So, you know, I try to remain humble.
And you really fashionable. Like, every time I look on your Instagram, I'm like, man, if I dress like a girl, I'll be
because I see you got that donkey.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, you got a little butt back there or whatever.
I can tell you, look, if I put a waist trainer on, I'm going to be built like Buffy the Body out this stuff.
Give us a girl day one day.
One
day.
I'm
going to dress you one day. Give me a girl day.
I'm going to come in here and I need something like this. I like something like real stretchy.
Yeah, you ready. Whenever, let me dress you like a girl one day. You can have whatever you want, baby.
Can I get a ball? Is it a baller included?
Yeah, I got a baller for you too, baby. Whatever you want. Like,
I make boutique. Get you a baller in an outfit. But now, what made you want to get into the clothing business? Because you know Philly is actually I talked to a designer and they said, you know, I love fashion, but it's so oversaturated. You know, what made you want to get into the clothing business?
True story, I actually used to model this girl stuff from Dallas. And she used to send me her shit, and her shit used to sell out. And she like, Jen, you're fucking Philly love you. Like, every time you post something, it's gone. Like, within less than 6 hours, it's going. And I'm like, girl, Philly got love-hate relationship with Mantra, that shit. You know, so then she was like, won't you open up a boutique with me? And I'm like, all right. I'm like, fly to Philly.
Yeah.
Fly to Philly. Let's see what goes on with it. She flew to Philly. She showed me the numbers. I'm like, bitch, let's open up tomorrow.
Yeah.
So she like, no, I gotta wait. So I posted it. I need a storefront. A girl, which is my girlfriend now, but she ended up hitting me back or whatever. And I came in, I seen it, and I said, I can work with this. I can do something with this. And I told the girl, I'm like, Deesh, you know, what's up? You ready? What's up?
Yeah.
You know, and she like, bitch, fuck no. I said, you always put 5,000 up. I put 5,000 up. Let's get it started. She didn't have the 5,000, so I told Chris, which is my best friend.
Yeah, I know Chris.
I said, get this girl to 5,000, and she gonna pay you back. If she don't pay you back, I step to the plate with it, you know. And he like, no, I don't know. You don't even know. You just met her today. And I'm like, yo, this is my dream. I want to do this. He like, bitch, it ain't your dream. You never thought about it, you know. So he ended up fronting at 5,000 or whatever. And we opened up the boutique or whatever. She did pay him back or whatever. And the shit was booming. But we couldn't get along. Ooh, you know, it wasn't. I tell anybody, open up a business with another female is never going to work. It's never going to work. So it's never going to work. It's never going, because it's always, I'm very opinionated. She was very, we couldn't see eye to eye. And it got to the point where females. It was horrible. So we ended up departing our ways. It was a bad breakup. And she was thorough. I can't say nothing from the bitch. She's the reason why I'm here today. You know, but we just couldn't see our differences. They got real nasty. We was beefing on the internet. It made it to the blogs, and it just was like, then she tried to tarnish my name, bitch, saying I stole an iPad. Bitch, I fucking took it because the fuck I took it. Like, it ain't, because it was like, you did shit, you took shit, that, you know, and I just like, bitch, it is what it is, you know. But at the end of the day, we departed our ways, despite from everybody piping it up, because Philly was in her DM taking her side, and I'm like, y'all bitches is so fake, you know. But we departed our ways or whatever, and then I opened back up. I signed a new lease and got it popping.
Was it always at this spot here?
Yeah, it always was.
Was it always called Ming?
It was called On Physique.
Physique. Okay.
Yeah, Physique.
Is your business partner? Did she go back home, or she still out in Philly?
Well, you know, she never lived in Philly. So what happened was she would fly to Philly every other week. But it was like, and then the thing is, you're a stranger to me, bitch. I will open my door to you because she was like, Jen, you know, it was slow today. I gotta pay the hotel and I gotta pay the rental car. And I said, all right, bitch, you can stay at my house. I'm gonna welcome you to my house. I'm gonna welcome you to around my kids. And I used to go away sometimes on the weekend to go see a little player. And she would use my car, you know, but it was getting messy. It was just, you know, little shit started happening with my vehicle. And I'm like, bitch, it's not that, you know. So after that, it was just too much. And I felt her pain because she's flying in. They tickets is high. By the time she get here, she got to pay for a hotel, a rental car. And it was a lot. But, bitch, this was something you asked me to do. I just brought the table to the table. That's it.
Wow, that's crazy. Even just, you know, dealing with what you've been dealing with. What made you want to keep going? Because, you know, sometimes that could just sabotage your whole business.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you something. I gave up the day when it was on a Saturday. It was on a Friday, and everything was in Sis' name, and she got the electric cut off. She got everything cut off. That my Fridays be booming. So I'm in here like with candles, like fuck that, y'all bitches come shop, you know. But it was just like, and then once I always explain it like this, you know how you go somewhere and you use Siri to get there, and you never pay attention to the crossing streets, but you like, I'm gonna get in this destination, but you don't pay attention to the, that's what I did, and that was where I fucked up at. I made it to where I am, but I never paid attention to how she worked the cash register, how she did returns, to the vendors, to nothing. So when she left with everything. So I'm like, damn, how am I going to find vendors? I didn't know how to do refunds on the cash register. I had to get my business license. I had to get everything in order. And I was like, you know what, God, I can't do it. I'm going to stick to my real estate. I'm going to stick to my flipping houses because it works for me. And you know what? I woke up one morning. I was on the website searching vendors. I swear to God, I stayed up for almost 2 days straight searching vendors. I finally got a good 6 vendors. I said, this is what's going to work for me. I maxed out my fucking credit card. I had a grand opening and got that shit popping. That's right, yeah. You know, like it broke me because it's like I made it there without following the directions, without seeing which streets I had to pass to get there, and that shit took me for a loop, and I almost gave up. But for God willingly, I didn't, and I'm booming now. Like,
I know that's look, bring it
booming now, whatever.
And that's so crazy because people they only see the glitz and glamour. Like they only see when things are popping. Like people don't see the back end work, and people don't understand the dedication it takes to, you know, having a business and opening one and making sure everything is good. So like, can you just give some advice to some girls that want to like start their own business, and even down to like, you know, just having like your LLC, because that was a big major part. At the end of the day, if she wanted to like really just bounce and just be like F it, like, you know, you would have been.
She did, and I had to get, like I said, I have a friend, this is one of my closest friends, she owns this building, and she works in that she works down there for the get your licenses and stuff.
Okay.
And she walked me through it because I swear I was illiterate to this shit. I didn't even, I'm like, and then you got these bitches was calling license and inspection on me because they knew what was going on. She was posting that I didn't have, and I'm like, let me just put all my affairs in order.
That sound like jealousy.
I swear to God, I get bullied so bad to the point where I feel like if I ever had to be a voice for people, I could do that because they bully me so bad. If I didn't have tough skin, I remember I had my daughter, and my youngest daughter, her father he was playing for the Sixers.
Okay.
And I just had my daughter. They was sending my daughter's father and my daughter's grandmother all this nasty shit about me. Oh my God, it was ridiculous. His mother, before she met me, she didn't like me, so they sent her, she popped the condom, she planned to get pregnant. I used to be best friends with her. I never knew this person, so when she met me, she like, well, what's up? What made you keep my son baby? Like, what's up? And I'm like, and I think I handled it well because I'm like, listen, whatever they wrote you, whatever you think you know about me, throw that shit in the trash and give me a chance to prove myself to you by, without anybody else's opinion. We never fucked with a condom. So it never was a broke condom. It was the fact that the people knew he was in the NBA and they like, oh, Jen, they felt like I could have lit. Yeah. When Jen been lit, you know what I mean? But it was just like, that shit was stressful. That shit threw me for a deep depression. And once you have your baby, you go through something because your emotions and stuff is all over the place. And you get crazy. And this is crazy because I never really shared this with nobody, but I was in my living room and I was crying because it was just like he was my baby father. They were saying it was Ion's baby because Ion just came home. Yeah. And me and him was close. That's my friend. I love Ion to the moon and back. Ain't nobody never going to change that. I don't give a fuck who he with, whoever I'm with. That's my dog. You know what I mean? And I posted him walk him home. And, he started being skeptical about it. Like, Jen, did you fuck your baby father? And I'm like, no, nigga. He like, well, you posted him. Well, is you sure that's my baby? I said, you know what, Tone? For a fact this your baby, but you taking me through this situation right now. And I went and paid, I think it was like almost $2,000 to get a pregnancy test while I was pregnant. Wow. They do it while you pregnant. I never knew they could do that. And when they came back, I said I would never speak to you ever again because you taking me through this. I got people on the internet writing. They was writing his grandmother. She fucking was 76 or something like. Y'all writing her, don't trust her. She a hoe. She fucked this person. She used to mess with this person. Sending them pictures of me dancing. I dance. Everybody know I twerk when I feel like it. This is who you want. And they was giving me hell. And I was in the kitchen and I was like, I was pacing and my mom kept calling me. I answered the phone. I'm like, what's up, Mom? Why you keep calling? She like, Jen, get off the internet. You arguing with everybody. And I was like, Mom, this shit is so difficult. I don't understand how people can be this mean. If I ain't had these kids, who's to say what I would have been done? Yeah. And my mom drove all the way 2 hours to fucking Philly. Like, bitch, you talking crazy. Yeah. And she took my phone. She stayed at my house for a week. And I just had to get myself together because people don't understand. That bullying words hurt. Yeah. Especially after you pregnant with a child, you going through emotions. Postpartum. Yeah, postpartum depression is fucking real. And I went through it firsthand, but it was just like, for the grace of God, I passed by. And I made it. But it was difficult. Yeah, it was so difficult. You
would think like just, you having a baby by somebody for the Sixers, you would think like our girls out there was like, oh, it's lit, she living the life. It's so many opportunities when you had the fame, but not even knowing that you're dealing with these issues at home. Yeah. Like these I call them mental health issues, whether you was pregnant or not, just dealing with that and the bullying online, that's a lot. I was talking to a Nazi Twazi, and she was saying a friend of hers or something damn near almost killed herself because of, all the stuff people were saying about her. And, she was an it girl in a crowd and stuff like that, but it got so bad that she was...
It get bad.
Yeah. And you would think just like, and I don't mean to be shallow, but you're a very attractive woman. So you would think the world is just...
No, here. It's not. It's not. Being pretty, if I could, only reason I want to keep my popularity is because of my boutique, and this is the way I make my income. But I remember when my Instagram got closed down, that was the most happiest 3 months of my life.
Really?
You know what? I was happy. I was living my life. It was because sometimes people don't understand when they say, they look at my life and they say, oh, she got this, she got that, she got the truck, she got the niggas. Her life is just the best. But I went through the fucking struggle in situations. Me and Ming's dad is cool now, but he ended up getting, everybody know they was talking shit about that. He ended up getting released from the Sixers, and he wasn't playing for 2.5, 3 years. And I took care of my daughter by my fucking self. from the muscle. Never took him to child support court. I was like, you know what, you gonna get through this. You gotta pray. This is a situation that you put yourself in. You know, and now, you know, I told him, I said, nigga, you back, because they offered them deal with the Wizards.
Okay.
So I hope he shit on all them niggas that was fucking on some shit.
Yeah, I mean.
You know, and I told him, fucking poor, rich, or whatever, nigga, you're my friend first. You know, one thing I can say, when I chose to have babies by both my baby fathers, I established your friendship first. You're never gonna be able to break that. I could fuck another nigga, he could fuck another bitch, but that's my fucking dog. Yeah. You know, and I'm lucky, I'm blessed to have two very great baby fathers. And when the crazy thing is, when Ming dad went through his shit, because he did go through some situations, you know, Yoki dad stepped to the fucking plate. This nigga buying Christmas for both my kids. He fucking buying. He giving me child support for both my kids.
He's public about it too. I see it all over the Instagram.
Yeah, you know, and I felt like that was a big deal. You know, we wasn't dealing with each other. We wasn't having sex. You know, he stepped to the plate and he knew what was going on. And he was like, Jen, listen, I got you. You ain't got to worry about shit.
I know that's
you know, I opened up my boutique an extra day to get some extra money, and I pushed past. I bought another property, flipped that real quick, made a couple dollars off that. And I just was like, this is what God wants for me, so I'm not going to stop. You know, so through all of the depression, through all of my baby father acting crazy, he trying to shit on me, you know, and then the people shitting on me, then his family not liking me, they was giving me a hard way to go. You know, I stood tall like City Hall. You know, I ain't fold like no lawn chair. I was good. You know, but in the inside, in my circle, you know, I went through a lot. You know, and I feel like that's what made me. You know, I moved out my mom's house when I was 16. I was messing with a rapper. I'm sitting around Hove and all of them. I'm thinking I'm living my best fucking life. He was a little bit abusive, you know, but I dealt with that shit because I always liked the spotlight. I always liked to be like, oh, that's Jen, you know, because it been going on for so long, you know, so I adapted to that shit, you know, and I feel like from that situation, it only made me stronger. It made me push past and push through, because I'm a 16. I shouldn't have been dealing with all of this stuff. I started out wrong, but it made me who I am today.
So, yeah, you was going in deep. We had to come to the back, you know. I know we got, you know, that going on out there, but we had to come back here. Now, talking about your baby fathers, both of them, you know, they both were away or away. I think Tony lives in like Seattle, and he was away. Just talking about just dealing with that, like not having not per se your kid's father wasn't in their life.
No, they wasn't. Okay. The fact is that we, you know, and I don't use that to fire shots, but fact is that Ione was locked up. Yoki's 7. He was locked up for maybe 3-4 years, on and off or whatever. So, yeah, but at the end of the day, one thing about that nigga took care of me the whole time he was away. I never had a fucking worry. You know, like, so it was like, yeah, he was booked, but the checks still coming on in. You know, so it never was it was just like, I felt like for this to be his first child, I would have preferred him. I would have gave the money back to have his freedom. You know what I mean? Because my daughter, she loved her father more than she loved me. You know, and that's how it. I feel I hurt, but it just is what it is.
Yeah, they twins.
Yeah, you know, that's his. He got other kids, but him and Yoki is like this. You know, like that's his firstborn.
Is that hard dealing with like his other baby mothers and stuff like that?
I don't deal with them bitches. Like it ain't no shade, but it's just like I have no reason to deal with them. We share a baby father. That's it, and that's all. You know, I don't have no problems with them. We not kikiing on the phone together. You know, ain't like we getting together to go for brunch. But, you know, he had 2 kids. He posted something on his Instagram the other day and said that's his 2 regrets. And I'm like, yo, that's harsh for you to post that. You know, and I had to comment to let them bitch know, I talk about me. You know, you know, because it's like people say, somebody send it to me. And I'm like, okay. Like, they like, you don't think this was me? He said what he felt. You know, one thing about baby father, can't nobody take that nigga's a great father. When my other baby father wasn't able to pull through, he stepped up to the plate and he took care of both my fucking kids. You know, so that's a big deal because niggas is barely taking care of their own kids. You know, so that's like that. He gonna always hold a special place in my heart for doing that or whatever. And that's for them being distant. I feel like I'm strong as shit. You know, like I paved the way. It was hard. You know, especially with Ming dad, because it's like when you got 2 kids living in the same household and Yoke dad, he always getting her, you know, and Ming like, well, where's my dad? You know, I had to step to the plate. So I think what I did was I started allowing Ming to get away with so much shit because I felt bad because I said I chose this guy to be Ming's father, and at the time he wasn't able, he wasn't moving how he was supposed to be moving. You know, but I stood tall. You know, when my Ione come in with a fucking $2,000 dog for Yoki, my ass went out and bought a $2,000 dog for me. You know, because I'm not competing with him, but I don't want my kid to feel left out. You know, because I know how it feels.
Do you have other siblings, like brothers and sisters?
My mom has 7 kids.
Ooh.
Yeah. There's a lot of us.
Before, because I do want to get back into just your life and your upbringing. You and Tony got a nice age difference.
Yeah, he's a kid.
Yeah.
But you know, it's
you was giving cougar vibes.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, he is. Tony's 26 now, I think.
Uh-huh.
You know, but it's just the fact that I think when you're dealing with a person in that, whether it's a basketball, football, you know, that shit don't count no more.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, to me.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm 33 years old, so for me, running around with him, and what's so crazy is he lied about his age for a long time, you know, and then finally we couldn't get in the club one day, and I'm like, bitch, what the fuck is the problem? Yeah. And then that's when he finally was like, Jen, I gotta tell you something, and I'm like, but we done fucked already. Yeah. You know, it wasn't giving me, stop talking to him then, you know, and he is mature, he got his immaturity with him, but you know, he's mature for his age.
Now, was y'all in a full relationship, or was it just something like a little,
no, that was my whole nigga. I was dealing with him, I met him at a club, and it was like we was dealing, if he had to go away to a game, I'm flying there. Yeah. If he had to, you know, I was around, you know, and to my recollection, he wasn't dealing with anybody else, but when I found out I was pregnant, that's when the other baby mom wanted to come jump on the fucking bandwagon, making it like you was like, where was you at when we was fucking in the gym? Not literally, but you know what I mean? Like, you wasn't around, sis. So
you fucked in the gym?
No, bitch. You know what I mean? Like, where was
I want to know what the story.
Going in the gym? Like, where they was at when I was, that's just I
thought you had a new story, you know, because girls, you know, girls are always looking for something new to do. So if they fucking with a nigga that, you know, play ball, like, okay, I'm going to go.
No, you know what? I never had to be nobody other than me.
I remember reading Golden Girl book a long time ago. I remember she said she sucked AI dick in the practice room or some shit like that. So I thought it was some shit like that.
Well, you know what? No, because I'm freaky. I'm a Sagittarius. I'm super freaky. Yeah. You know, like, so it's not giving me have to go beyond to be that memorable person. I got good pussy, so it wasn't given. Okay, I gotta go be extra or whatever. He liked me for me, you know, and I liked him for him. Of course, him playing ball definitely made me like him more.
Did you know he played ball?
Of course. Yep, I knew he played ball.
Was you plotting on that?
No, you know what? I didn't try to talk to him. He actually kept coming for me. You know, and eventually I just gave in. I'm like, all right, come on, let's go on a date. You know, one thing about me, if I see a nigga and I like him, I'ma get him. It ain't a plot. You know, I ain't gotta make a whole scheme to get where I'm going. You know, because I'm a very and my ambition is crazy. You know, even with Ione, I end up, it's so crazy. I met Ione because I was dating somebody in his circle. And we was eating at Fridays, and the nigga, I was with the nigga, and the nigga tried to be smart and said something about my little cousin Butt. And I'm like, boy, you gonna just say my little cousin Butt fat or whatever? I said, boy, I snatched your homie. Like, and he like, we ain't doing that. Yes, we is. And I took his cell phone, and I ran out the Fridays, and it was his Trek phone. And I like, yo, that bitch crazy. She took my phone and said, boy, you're my boyfriend. We are in a fucking relationship today. And I swear to God, we never left each other's side after that. I was with him every day, all day.
It gotta be good, because I think he had your name tatted somewhere on your face.
No, he still has my name tatted.
Okay, all right, yeah. You know what? When we did an interview, he was sitting on the opposite side, so I ain't seen. I seen like something else. So that's yeah. And you know what's crazy? I actually read it on the blogs.
Really?
I read it on the blogs, and I said, let me look a little closer.
Yeah, we was thorough. I caused them hell. I wouldn't want to. I love him. I do. I love him dearly. But we was in an unhealthy relationship. I'm very abusive. I'm a very abusive person because I was in an abusive relationship as a kid, so it turned me out. So I felt like the only thing I knew when I get mad is fight on my niggas, run my niggas over with cars, shoot at my niggas, fucking you. And me and Ione, we used to go through, like, he'd tell you, I used to fuck him up, you know, because he ain't really that big or whatever. Yeah. But it was to the point where it was so unhealthy. You know, I was like, we went and killed each other because I'm a very jealous person. I'm horrible, you know, and I know I'm horrible. I know pussy, you know, and then me and his mother is like, that's my fucking heart. Like, I love that lady. So to see her hurt because I done bust him over the head with something, and it hurt me, you know. So eventually we departed and went our own ways.
Does that bother you that you don't have a relationship with your second baby father, like mother, just going through it with that, and then, you know, having a relationship with Ione or so, like?
No, you know why? Because Miss Danielle stepped to the plate. No shade against his mother, but that's Yoki's grandmother. If God forbid something happened to me, my child will be going with Ione's family. Period. It's not even up. It's in my will. You know, because that's who she know.
Yeah.
You know, and even though they live so far, it's only a flight away. You know, so if you wanted to see her, you would come see her. You know, I'm not the type of mother that would allow her to just fly out with.
Yeah, but has Ming ever been to like Seattle?
She did.
Okay.
She did, and you know, it wasn't Ming is she knows me, she knows us, so it was different for her or whatever. But you know, I feel like they think Miss Danielle, because in Ione too, I had a birthday party for my daughter and both my baby fathers was there, and Tone told my baby father, he said, I just want to tell you thank you for stepping to the plate when I couldn't. You know, and that was real, because that's the fact. You know, Ione been giving my daughter Christmases and birthdays and anything she wants since forever. You know, and I respect that, because he ain't got to. You know, he don't owe me shit. You know, and Tony respects that. You know, it ain't like he wants some, oh no, Ming's not calling him dad. You know, she call him Poppy. You know, but I make sure, you know, you have a dad, your father loves you. It's just a distant. But prayerfully he get in the Wizards, and you know he's able to see. You know, that's only 2 hours away.
Oh, you know the number's gonna go up when he go to the Wizards. They gonna know that you his baby mom. They gonna want to get into all of the, you know, just the tea or so. But do you ever see? I'm the only child. I don't have no siblings, but you know, you being a mother and having 2 girls, like. Do you ever see Aoki get a little jealous that Ming is like, you know, might be singing Black Poppy song, you know, that's her dad.
They get that, because Aoki done told Ming that I won't let you go to my dad's house, and then, you know, and I'll be like, yo, don't do that to my child, you know, and that's where I step in, and I'll be like, you know what, let me explain something to y'all, you know, because they do. Yoki is very territorial over her father, you know, even with the other sisters, that's my dad, you know, like, you know, and I that's his first child, you know, so nobody corrects it or whatever. But, you know, I let them know, listen, we are family. You know, I'm so into my family. Like, when I got a friend, bitch, you with me till death do us part. You know, that's why when you ask me about Connie, that been my friend for 10 plus years. You know, some people, Connie be fighting for you. Me and Connie never fought together. You know, so I never called Connie to fight before. That's my friend, because behind all of the Connie whoop somebody ass, the bitch got a fucking pure heart. Her heart she's just a good person. You know, she done been there for me through a lot of shit.
And I know you talk about the bullying. It seems like between you and then just what Connie go through. So I know y'all kind of just relate on that type of vibe.
We get bullied bad. We get bullied bad. Like, it's bad. It's bad for me. You know, I feel like a bitch eats shit since fucking think me. She just, you know, and I be like, for what? I'm really a sweet person. Yo, I really can turn up on these folk, but I don't, because I feel like God giveth and he can take it. You know, so it's not giving me think I'm better than the next bitch. You know, oh, bitch, you got surgery, you too much for the people. Okay, I got my surgery because I always had a fat ass butt and these little ass mosquito bites. I got tired of having a mosquito bite, so I got some fake titties. You know, like, and then, you know, surgery does become an addiction. I got money, so when I gain 10 pounds, I'm going to go get the 10 pounds sucked out of me. I'm not going to the gym. I don't feel like it. You know, so.
Do you find that is that just a luxury thing to do? Is it like an insecurity?
You know what? I don't feel like it's an insecure thing, only because me having titties didn't make me insecure. I still was fucking the same niggas. I still was spinning the same bag. I wanted titties. Now, as for me getting lipo, I feel like with the lipo, I'm my own brand. I model. I am my clothes. So I can't be all out of shape modeling shit, because it ain't going to look the same. So, you know, that's with that. But I feel like when people say, oh, you get surgery because you're insecure, that's a lie. I feel like those are the words of a broke bitch. Because a bitch that got some money, if you feel like something ain't right, you going to fix that shit. You know, so and then some people be like, oh, I'm not into it. I would never. Okay, bitch, that's you. I don't give a fuck. You know, I'm going to do what I want to do.
You ever feel like you got to keep up with an image because of your name and who you are?
I do. Because truth be told, I bought my truck. My truck was $87,000. You know what I really wanted?
What?
The new Altima. It was this new Altima that came out, and it was so decent. Oh my God, I was in love with it. I drove it. It was fast, and I'm like, I can't get it.
Why not?
Because it's not. They would be like, Jen fell off.
Yeah. Ooh.
Jen fell off. Jen in the Altima. How she go from a Jag? She always had a little car. She broke now.
Yeah. Ooh.
You know, like, and it's like I got the range, and the Range Rovers just start at $66,000. I got the Dynamic, the ones that start at $87,000, the ones that your interior has to be a different color, just to separate me from the rest of these bitches. And
you ain't living for you don't think you're living for the people?
A little bit, but it's like I'm already. That's just like when you open up the door and you step through that bitch and you there. You there. It's like you can't teach a person how to walk and then expect them to crawl later. You know, you gotta continue.
Do you teach your daughters that same mindset?
You know what? I tell my kids, you know, do as you want. You know, in my house we practice something called freedom of speech. And they can say stuff even if it's offensive. Because I want them to understand that, you know, you don't have to live for the people. You know, and it's not me regretting the way I am, but it's me opening up another door for them.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't want them to feel like, oh, you know, but I do tell my kids, you know, y'all are popular kids. You know, y'all are very popular kids, so you have to understand that when you go out, you have to, you always brush your teeth, you always look presentable, you know, and my baby father be like, you know, Yoki wanted some Twinkle Toes, and I'm like, I'm not buying these fucking bobos. And he's like, you gotta let her live her life, you gotta let her. And I ended up buying her the Twinkle Toes, and everybody was like, "Oh, you need to let her. She don't. Well, she had on some Gucci shit, or she looked miserable. Bitch, how the fuck she looked miserable? Because she wanted. I had made a video, and she was in the store, and she wanted this tutu. I wasn't fucking buying the tutu, you know. But they was trying to make it like I'm pushing her to wear labels because of me. And yeah, I like labels. Shit, bitch, I'm gonna put my kids in them, you know. But when she wanted the Twinkle Toes, I did have to step back and say, Jennifer, let this girl do it. She wanted the Twinkle Toes. Let her get the Twinkle Toes. But she never not wanted to wear the fucking Twinkle Toes. You know, like, so it was just like, what? But I don't know. I feel like I'm a good mother. You know, like, my kids go to private schools, you know. They go to Christian schools, you know, and I teach them to love God first and everything else comes next.
Who's your favorite?
I don't have a favorite.
I like to throw that in there because moms.
No, I don't have a favorite because they both so different.
Yeah.
You know, Yoki is very humble. She's very mellow. She knows she the shit, but she don't act like it.
Ming
is more like Ming. Ming is more... Customers come in, they be like, do this look like, no, it look a little fat. Like, what, man? I ain't telling this lady. You know, she say anything. We was in a grocery store, and there was this guy dressed up like a girl, and she like, he's standing right here, I'm right here. She like, Mom, look at this man dressed up like a girl. And it was a white guy. He looked over at me, and I'm like, no, Ming, that's a girl. She like, no, it's not. Look at his feet. Mom, look at him. That's not a girl. And I'm like, Ming, it's a girl. Be quiet. Like, you know, and she would not. She like, Mom, it's not a girl. Mom, look. Like, and I'm like, this little girl has no filter. And I apologized to him. I walked over to him. I said, I'm so sorry, but she's a kid. And he got nasty with me, but I felt like I did my part.
Yeah, you did your part. Yeah, that's what's up. Just standing up and sticking up for your kids. Now, let's just go back now, because there's a couple things I wanted to talk about that you had mentioned, but going back to, you know, just your history with you growing up in Uptown. Your mom having 7 kids. You was out the house at 16, and then you started messing with a popular Philadelphia rapper. You was around Hove and the label. Again, like I said, that was one of my favorite songs. Now, let's just talk about that situation a little bit, and you dealing with just the abuse and like, what was your mental headspace at that time? Did it mold you to be how you are today?
You know what? I'ma put it like this. Like, I feel like, and this is for any kind of person going through a situation like that. Sometimes growing up, you look at popular as being it, like that's it, you know. And you gotta think, I'm 16 years old driving Bentleys, the fucking school parking in the principal parking spot and shit.
What high school you went to?
I've been in 9 high schools. I used to fight a lot. Like, I was horrible. I went to Autumn Reeds. I went to Alany. I went to Washington. I went to Fells. Like, I went to a lot of high schools. I graduated from homeschooling, though. But anyway, so, you know, it was a lot going on, you know, and I decided to deal with the abuse because I was hyped to live the life. You know, do I regret it? No, because it made me who I am today. What I teach my kids to go through that shit, fuck no. You know, the fame ain't worth it. You know, like, but, you know, you live and you learn. You know, and I feel like it was a learning experience. My mother wanted me to live by her rules. I didn't fucking want to. She told me to get out. I left and never looked back. You know, and I feel like out of all my mom kids, I'm the one that never came back. Like, you know, they all go through their shit and they come back. My mom be like, but you never really came back. Like, I ain't give a fuck what the situation was. And I had hard times because after I left from with him, it was just like, now, I remember when I left, he said, bitch, nobody never gonna remember you by nothing but the little young bitch that was getting fucked on by me. You ain't never gonna have no name of your own. And I said, I'm making my business to have a name of my own. And I did.
You did, yeah.
Yeah.
How you felt about just hearing the song that he made about
I love that song.
Yeah, me too.
That's my favorite fucking song, bitch.
I still play the album to
I know
this
the
day.
whole words. He was my, he's a good, he's in my top 10.
Yeah.
You know, he's a good rapper.
There's a line that says, I'm supposed to trust it after he fucked it. Yeah. If you don't mind me asking.
Oh, I cheated.
Okay.
That's it. You know, like, you know, and it wasn't even a cheat. I didn't even, at the time, I was caught with somebody, but I didn't fuck him at the time. But he was my age. You know, I was young. He was a kid. I was a kid. You know, and that was it or whatever. But overall, that man got a big heart. You know, like, despite all of the bad shit that people say about him, and all of the stuff that goes on, he got a big heart. You know, at the time, he was going through a lot. You know, so yeah, it hit them differently or whatever. But we had way more good times than bad times. Yeah, and that's facts.
I put up a little post on my Instagram, and I just want to ask you the question. I said that person was supposed to be Rick Ross.
Yeah, facts.
Do you think that things could have been a lot different if his headspace was a little different? What do you think?
Of course. I feel like, a lot of Philly rappers get happy with just being a Philly rapper. Like, you ever see how the Philly rappers will make a poppin' song and they feel like they the man with the master plan? Like, Meek took it to another level because Meek had the ambition to push past. He wasn't, I live my own motto, like, I'm never comfortable. Yeah. I'm never comfortable. I don't give a fuck if I got 100,000, I want more. I'm never comfortable. So a lot of Philly rappers get comfortable and they like the fame and they settle. Like, I feel like with him, he was comfortable. Like his lyrically, he's amazing. So for him to not be a Rick Ross is like, wow, But it's just like, God's will. First things first, I'm Christian, and I feel like everything, I don't question.
I don't know why I see you, I feel like I see you guard.
No, I'm not.
No?
Girl, I'm Christian.
So you Christian?
Yeah, I'm Christian.
Yeah, okay. So do you feel like that being in that environment and in that light, like, did it introduce you to other rappers?
Yeah, of course. Like once I was popping. They used to call me Spring Water. I remember.
I think that he mentioned that.
Yeah. I remember one time a hoe was mad at a mill for I don't know. She couldn't get her verse right. And
yeah. So do you know some of the early label secrets, or maybe some of the information?
I mean,
or seen some things that
of course. Okay. I was around. But I grew a relationship with all of them guys. Like, I'm cool with everybody. So they all go through their shit. Yeah. But I feel like as a whole they was amazing. Yeah. But
we ain't seen nothing like it since.
Yeah. That's facts. But I don't know. I would have never. I'm not like the type that I dish my business. But as for everybody else, I don't really. It's just like they went through their shit. Yeah. You said what you would say? You said a mill or something can't get the verse right. She couldn't get the verse right, and they was playing around there. Who was like, Jen. And Beans used to call me Snoop, and they be like, go ahead and they wrote something, and they like go in the booth. So I go in the booth. I'm trying to rap it, and it didn't work. I'm like, because I'm rapping like in the book I saw, because I was scared. Yeah. Like, they wouldn't let me drink. They wouldn't let me, so it didn't go. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Ho really wanted me to rap, but I couldn't get it right.
So you met him before?
Yeah, I was around, girl. That was my dog. Like, he used to call me Spring. Everybody called me Spring, but Beans called me Snoop.
Have you seen like some groupies or things that might go on with other women, like, that just get wild? Like,
I mean, no, because when most of the time when we met up, it was at the studio. Okay. So it was always a bunch of bitches. Yeah. But you couldn't really tell who was with who, because it's like shit is a million niggas, a million bitches. Yeah. And I wasn't really nosy. I feel like
you were still young too.
Yeah, I was still young too. And my favorite rapper is actually Lil Wayne. I got 3: Lil Wayne, Fab, and another person or whatever. But it's just like, after I met Hov, I was just like, and then we really be around. Like, he'd be like, what's up, Spring? Like, and I be like, oh my God. But after a while, I wasn't hype about it anymore.
Even then, did you know Hov would be who he is today?
Yeah. Hov was one thing. He went in that studio. He done said what he said. Like, he said what he said, and his words was always powerful. Like, I always had to play it like 16 times. Like, did this nigga really fucking say that shit? Like, where do it come from? I always said, this nigga is just the man. Like, it was just Hov, and then it was everybody else. Because he a good nigga. Like, he was so when you think of Hov, you think he would have been real arrogant, but he was so fucking cool. Like, he was just always a cool nigga. Like, we would buzz. We would, he was just cool. Like, Yeah. And then I was the girlfriend, so everybody respect me. Everybody, they kept that cute.
What happened with that situation? Like, how did it fade out?
Well, you know what? He was supposed to be on tour, and he actually came back. Well, I don't really want to even, because it's like it got really bad. Anyway, long story short, he came back, and he must have felt me leaving. I was packing my stuff, and my girlfriend was there helping me pack the stuff, and he blacked out. He blacked the fuck out. Oh my God. He blacked out. Like, he blacked out. I thought I was dead. That's how he blacked out. Like, it was real bad. And then I called my mom, like, come get me. And then that was it. I never looked back after that.
What's your advice to women just going through situations like that?
It ain't worth
just for the lifestyle.
It ain't worth it for the lifestyle. Like, I would, if I had to do the time over, I would do it the same way, because I feel like it made me. But mentally, it fucked me up, because I'm very abusive. Like, I swear to God, when I deal with a nigga, I'm very hands-on. I'm really pussy. fucking shoot your fucking toe off shit. Like, I do crazy shit, and I be like, why did I do that? But it's because of the upkeep, and due to the fact that my mother was in an abusive relationship, and I used to see my stepdad beat on her all the time. I thought it was okay.
You thought it was normal.
I thought it was normal. Oh, he beating on me, he love me. You know, I used to say, if you don't punch on me, that means you don't love me. And I think I started believing that shit.
Really?
Like, I went to counseling and everything, you know, because it was becoming a problem in my life. I couldn't live my life regular. So I went to counseling. Did that help? No, not really. You know, and then from there, it was just like the relationships was always abusive after that. Like, I just kept running into abusive relationships. It was like a pattern. And then finally, you know, I got real into God. Like, and I always was Christian. I was brought up in the church. But I really, like, had a talk with God. I was on a highway, and I was coming from Grace Ferry. And I fell asleep on a highway, and I was on the side of the road. I remember falling asleep. I don't know how the fuck my car wasn't in park. I had my foot on the brake. I swear, it seemed like hours went by. When I woke up, I was just crying. I'm like, oh, because I was leaving my ex-boyfriend's house, and he punched on me real bad. And I was leaving. He was from Southwest, so, and I don't know how. And I just was like, you know what, God, this is it. Like, I can't. I didn't know. I was just like, I'm thankful because I'm like, I'm on the fucking highway, on the side of the road. My fucking feet was on the fucking brake. I don't remember pulling over. I must have like blacked out or something. Yeah. So when I got back up, I just was like, you know what, God, I gotta get to know you. You gotta show me my direction, and He showed me my direction. Now,
I know when people usually go through situations like that, they develop a control issue. Like, they have to have, like, control.
Yeah, that's me.
You feel
I have to have control of every relationship.
You know what's crazy? It is a rumor out there. Now, I don't know how true it is, but they kind of placed you in the position of a madam. Say celebrities come into the city, and you'll gather up some girls, and if they want certain type of girls, you bring it there. Let's just say they give you $1,500. You might break the girls $500. You keep $1,000.
Well, you know, no, that's not how it goes. What it goes is that when bitches come, when celebrities come to the city, I get a phone call from a couple people that know, you know, and they be like, Jane, we at the light, let's come bring some bitches. You know, like, and that's it. It's just all for fun. I would never make a bitch pay me for her coochie. Yeah. You know, like, so I'm not like that. You know, like, everybody, I hear that rumor too. You know, but that's not me. You know, I would never ever, bitch, if you going to sell your pussy, bitch. I don't want no cut, bitch. You know, I can do it myself. You know. So, but yeah, I am the go-to when it come to bitches because I consider I'm a very Joe bitch. Like, I'm real, like, if I see somebody from, hey, baby, like, I'm friendly. You know, so it's just like, it's easy for me to be like, yo, it's some ball, whoever in the city slide, and they come. It's, whatever they do after that, they do. I have nothing to do with it.
Then you seem like you I know people probably say, like, you know, pretty usually mean a dumb girl, but you seem pretty smart. I wouldn't be surprised if you, like, start your own little app and alert bitches like, yo, this baller in town, go and get her. Like that.
No, I would. You know what? I think, you know, I'm smart. I think my biggest thing, I spell everything wrong. You know, I swear to God, the fuck, Siri, Alexa can never help me. I'm always spelling something wrong, but I think because I have ADHD, so I'm always hyped. I'm always like, oh my God, let me hurry up and, you know, I never reread my shit. You know, that's the only thing. Like, I probably need to fucking go back and figure that shit the fuck out. But other than that, I'm very business minded. You know, I'm always thinking of a way to get some money. My daughter's 7. My daughter made $300 on Father's Day from selling fucking t-shirts.
Yeah,
you know,
seen that.
Yoki Ming made $60 from selling lip glosses and sunglasses. Lip gloss and sunglasses. You know, I teach them how to get money. I make them work. You know, I'm telling them, I put her in a class. She got the machine. She prints out shirts. She can put anything on the shirt. She do it herself. It's not no mommy helping. No, you're going to learn. You're going to do it yourself. You're going to earn your money.
That remind me of my guy, Runway. He do tattoos. He got, like, his kids all do different businesses. That's what's up to start them off early. Now, I know you say, you know, with your spelling, but I'm about to spell this out. Fabulous.
You know what? I've been cool with Fabulous for about, I want to say 10 plus years. I met him from doing a magazine, and we've been friends since then. Like, that's my friend. Like, you know, like, it's never a time where you know, he's a nice looking guy, hands down, you know, but it's not giving me, fuck my friend. You know, I have Chris is my best friend, you know, and he's a nice looking guy too, but it's never given, because once you cross that line, it makes everything awkward. You know, and like I said, I'm a very territorial, jealous bitch. It's not given. When Fab come in the city and so, you know, when he's single, when he not with his girl or whatever, you know, And he, you know, if I was dealing with it, it's not. I'm a bitch. She not coming in the section, and it's not that.
See, and that's what I'm saying. That's where they attach that rumor at. Is that what we just talked about as far as you being a madam and then Fabulous and then putting all that together. So I know you heard those two together before.
I hear it, you know, but it's just like it's not giving it. You know, like he a fun nigga. That nigga is probably one of the most down to earth, realest niggas. Whenever he come to Philly, it ain't gonna be a situation I ain't gonna be around. I don't give a fuck if it's to bitch. I'm in Philly. Where you at? Come out. So, you know, because that's my dog. You know, that's really my friend. And once you establish your friend, and I'm a good person, you know, so when he'll call, hit me, Jen, what club is this? You think it's cool? No, it's not cool to go to. You know, and it ain't no shade, but if you ain't gonna be safe, you ain't gonna be safe. Right. You know, so I made Fab to Rich Capital. That shit.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I was like, bro, let's do some crazy shit. Let's go to the Capitol. You know. And he was cool with it. You know, he's a real down to earth street nigga. So you know, he ain't scary.
I was saying, how did y'all meet? Like
we did a magazine together.
Okay, you did say that.
They called me for a magazine, and he did it with a couple girls, and me and his picture got picked for the front cover. So that's how we got cool after that.
Yeah, because I see y'all together like a lot on like pictures and stuff like that.
That's my dog. He's a good person. Great father to his kids. He loves his girl. He's a good guy. He's a really good guy. Ain't
no love in hip hop, but still let you eat them.
You know what? With that situation, I feel like I like the fame, you know, I definitely like the money, but I'm not going to that outlet. You know, it can make you or break you. With Sunday, you see what, you know, like, and I feel like, with me, I feel like it wouldn't make me. You know, I feel like it would, because I'm not one of them bitches y'all going to tell me, oh, we going to act out this and you going to let this bitch punch on you. Fuck no. It's not giving it, because a lot of that shit is scripted. You know, so when a situation knocked at my door, for one, I was actually filming with Charlie Mack, because he was doing a reality show. So I didn't want to cross them two paths. And for two, I just didn't want to fucking do it. You know, like me and KK cool. She was talking to me, yo, Jen, you know you so... And I'm like, KK was saying, you know, I know she had the pull to be able to try to pull me in. But I just wasn't with it. You know, like, I feel like I want to be rich and famous, but not underneath them terms. The thing that Charlie Mack was doing, it was me, Saw, it was the Miss Tasties, and it was 3 other women that they all got businesses or whatever. And I think Miss Cat was supposed to be in it, and it was lit, and I liked it because it wasn't just drama. You know, it allowed me to show how I actually be climbing up fucking roofs. I mean, climbing up ladders and shit, and running through houses with raccoons chasing me and shit, to make sure what I'm about to invest my money in is going to work for me. You know, so I liked that part of it, but it fell apart because it was just like, when you put all of us women in one room, it get nasty. You know, and I don't have no filter.
And you talk about Charlie Mack joint.
Yeah. It was him, and I think T.I. was helping with it.
What's your opinion on just like Lil Mo and her whole thing with Love and Hip Hop and stuff like that? You know, I know she's in the city now because of like Dynamite and stuff. Like, do you feel like...
I feel like it broke her home up. I feel like that reality shit broke her home up. You know, I feel like I know Lil Mo personally. She's a good friend too. And her and Dynamite was so happy. They used to come in my shop, and they were so happy. As soon as the TV show starts they should start falling apart. You know, and I feel like I wouldn't allow that. A fucking $1,500 however they pay is not going to dictate my life. You know, I feel like she shouldn't have did it. You know, because she wasn't living a happy life. She was a happy life, happy wife. You know, then that happened. Now bitches coming to. I want to come to you as a woman, bitch. No.
You think that should be messing with people like just like music careers? Like your legacy or
yeah, I feel like I'm not fucking on no nigga that did no reality show. Like, I don't give a fuck. Ooh, once you take it to that level, it's just giving me, I don't even want you. You know, and it's not me being cocky, but I just feel like that's like a way for the niggas to get their feet up off the ground. And I don't want no nigga that need a push. You know, that's just my thoughts or whatever.
So yeah, I feel like Philly is his own reality show for real. And I actually had Mir talk to me. I don't know if you know Mir.
Yeah, I know Mir.
He was like, I think, you know, with your interviews, you should, you know, try to do a little, like, reality show. But I know that's a lot. Sometimes you need mad cameras. I said, I'll consider that. I'll think about it. But I know it's this page called Let's Talk About It, sis, going around that goes around talking about everything now. I did talk to your friend Connie about her turning into a business, and she said she LLC'd it. I'm like, that's dope. You know, I'm all for women turning things into a business and, you know, just furthering it and getting that coin from that. With y'all being friends, have you ever thought about just like collabing in any type of way?
And you know what? Originally, Let's Talk About It started with 3 young ladies. And it was the shit. You know, like, I love to watch, but I would never comment. I would never join in. I would never post it. You know, because it's a gossip page.
Yeah.
You know, but I respect that situation because bitches make fake pages to say what they feel. And how are you coming to me on some real shit from a fake page? It's not adding up. You know, they talk shit to the bitches from their own mouth, from their own pages. You knew who was talking shit, and I respect that shit. You know, it went left because they agreed to disagree. And you know, that was it. And Connie took the page and made it her own or whatever. I still don't, you know, I feel like it's better now because she's not, it's not always drama. She posts positive stuff too. But I feel like I'm glad she LLC'd and she actually make a lot of money off of it. Okay. You know, but I don't want no parts of it. I don't want to collab with it. I don't want, because I'm not that type of person. I'm a businesswoman. You know, don't get it fucked up. I get out there and twerk and do, you know, and do some crazy shit. But I don't want the drama. It was a situation that I encountered with, it started from Let's Talk About It. And some girls came and busted my windows out in my shop. Now, remind you, my kids is normally always in here. My sister ended up getting my kids and taking them with her that day. I wasn't here when they busted the windows out. But just the thought of the glass shattering and hitting my kids made me go fucking nuts. You know, so I felt like from that point on, I said, you know what, I kind of got into a fight with a young lady, and I jumped in the fight, as I should. I'm her friend. You know, I'm never holding no pocketbooks. I'm not recording. I'm riding. You know, and me not thinking, we was at a club, we was drinking. I didn't feel like it was going to be no repercussion behind it. So when my windows got busted out, it just changed my whole view of everything, you know. And Connie felt like, oh, bitch, I feel like you're not riding right, you know. And I'm like, bitch, I feel like my fucking windows is busted out. This is thousands of dollars I got to spend. I don't care at this point, you know. And then my kids could have been in here. So we had went back and forth with that because Connie always on go. You know, she be ready. But we end up, somebody ended up paying for the windows to get fixed from their neighborhood, and we ended up squashing it. And of course, they came to me like, I feel like, you know, it wasn't even for you, but that's your friend. You the company you keep. We ain't got no problem with you, but we don't fuck with her. I'm like, that's my friend. You know, I can't entertain this conversation, and I feel like it didn't even have to go there because they both two cute girls. They shouldn't even been rumbling. You know, and come to find out the girl's actually a really sweet girl. You know, but it just went left. And after that, it just changed my whole perspective of this shit. Like, I don't want to be, I'm a sitting duck. I'm in here all the time. You know, like, I'm strapped. But I don't want to bust nobody's ass. You know, and I feel like with that being said, it's just like, you got to move differently. You know, so what I would have did before I had my shop and what I would do now is just different. Yeah. You know, so I don't want no parts of it.
So, like, it seems like your relationship is, like, pretty, like off and on. Like, if it's on for a while, then y'all might go off for a little bit.
Oh,
like,
me and Connie.
You and Connie,
You know what? We are both too strong.
I was about to say, and y'all seem like y'all rocking with each other, because when y'all rocking, you know?
You know what? I love that girl with every bone in me. We go through our shit because she can be difficult. But the thing is, none of our shit never made it to social media until the Let's Talk About It. Me and this girl cannot speak for fucking months, and nobody would never know. We still post, we still comment on each other's shit, but in real life, I'd be like, I ain't fucking speaking to this bitch. You know, but when it made to the media, if I guess, and I apologize to Connie for this because she felt like I took a side. And, you know, I explained it to her. It's not about me taking a side. You brought somebody into my life. I went through something in my life, and this girl was my shoulder to lean on. You know, she was there for me. So I brought this girl in my house. This was my friend. You know, so when they started beefing and they gang warring, it put me in a predicament where Connie said, "But you got to pick a side." And I'm not good with nobody talking to me like that, you know. So I'm like, bitch, I ain't fucking picking no sides. She like, bitch, we've been friends for 10 years. Girl, this girl came into my life. I went through something. This girl was there for me through the whole step, you know. And she like, oh, well, you know, da-da-da. And it fucked up our friendship because she felt like, and the people was like, oh, Jen ain't right, da-da-da. And I'm like, y'all don't understand the story. See, we wasn't as tight as we was when all of this encountered. Then on top of that, I went through something I felt like she should have been there for me. And she was doing whatever she was doing. And my feelings was hurt, you know. So we got over it because that's how you know we was real friends, because we got over that shit. You know, I apologized to her, she apologized to me, and our love is still the same. Do I feel like we as tight as we was? No, but I feel like we working on it. You know, I feel like sometimes with women, it's like you say stuff and you don't realize how strong the blade cut into after the fact. And that's sometimes she say stuff and she don't realize how strong the blade cut into after the fact. You know, but that's my fucking dog. I love that bitch.
Yeah, because when I think you was trying to send a message to her and it came to me, and I was just looking at it like, Oh, see, you know, you was really trying to just like patch things up.
Yeah, because that's my friend. You know, like I only have about a good 5 friends. And my 5 friends I've been friends for them bitches for years. You know, I don't hang with bitches because you lit. I got one friend, that's my dog, Necklacy, that's my bitch. Like, she not into all of the labels and shit. She a pretty girl. But it ain't her. She ain't if she want to fucking wear a FUBU jacket, that's what she gonna wear. And I love her because she remains herself. You know, my other friend Tyra, she owns this building. And her brain set is just thorough as shit. Like, the bitch is a go-getter. Like, everything about her day is money, and she's a real good person. Then I got Layla's mom, Kat. We've been friends for 14, 15 years. You know, like, she my old head. I always looked up to her. I always admired her. She was the bitch that she was fucking all the rich drug dealers. And I'm like, oh, I want to be like her when I get older. And she put me underneath her wing, and she told me, Jen, when you go to the club, you should never leave broke. I said, well, how am I supposed to get money from niggas? She said, bitch, ask everybody for money for drinks. Oh, can I have some money for some drinks? They gonna keep giving you $50, $60. Keep saving that shit. Just keep ordering cranberry juice, bitch. You know, and I did that shit. I'll be leaving the club with fucking $600, $700. No exaggeration.
You need a finesse book. You need like a little gem book.
Listen, I get to the money. I always my mother put me on. My mother used to she real good with computers, so she used to make all my girlfriends pregnancy papers with the fake ultrasounds and shit. So I used to sell them for like $60, $70 and shit. Like, and then I'd be like, bitch, you know, if you fuck 2 weeks after you get abortion, you pregnant again. So don't bitches keep coming back.
Oh, shit. Like, but for real.
Yeah.
So are you cool with like your brothers and sisters? Are y'all close to 7 of y'all? That's a lot.
No. I mean, we not, you know, we not close, but we not, it ain't like we beef. You know, my brothers and sisters, they all crazy as fuck. Like, my brother come bust my windows out on my car. Like, he don't give a fuck.
I know you tired of all these window shit.
Yeah.
Are you the oldest, young, middle?
Yeah, I'm the oldest.
You the oldest out of 7?
Yeah.
So you always had that, like, mother instinct. Like, just having to take care. How you feel about just people, like, maybe, like, coming at your kids and shit on the internet? I know that
you know what? That shit bothers me, because they know that's how they can get to me. They know that coming at my kids is going to trigger me, but I've learned to talk to God and just, you know, I know it ain't true. You know, I know for a fact I'm a fucking great mom. Yeah. You know, I don't know no mother that's better than me. You know, my parenting is A1. You know, I texted my daughter the other day and I said, Yoki, what do I have to change? What do you want me to change about myself? What's something that you want me to work on as your mother? And she said, I just want you to stop cursing so much. And I said, okay. So we got a jar. And every time I curse, I put $1 in the jar. That shit got fucking $100 and something in it already, and we just did this. You know, but it's like, you know, I tell her I'm working on it. I'm working on it. And I tell her we all make mistakes, yo. And she just was like, well, why do you have to curse so much, Mom? I'm like, I don't fucking know. She said, you just curse. You know, so it get difficult. But, you know, I ask them. I allow my kids to tell me, you know, I'm not one of them mothers that make my relationships, their relationships. Like I told my daughter's father, I said, you know, you change. He got a rule. He only keep a girl for 3 months. Yeah. Some shit like this. Maybe 6. So, you know, I told him, like, whenever you deal with somebody, you don't have to make your relationship their relationship. Everybody don't have to meet your kids. Right. You know, because Yoki asked me, Mom, why my dad stop messing with her? I like her. And I'm like, girl, go ask your dad. Yeah. You know, so with me, I'm very, I'm not that mom. Like, every nigga ain't meeting my kids.
I was about to say that, do you got somebody that, like, are you kind of like mom for your kids, like, I don't want to bring no guy. Or I'm gonna leave a relationship. I'm in a relationship right now.
My whole shit is done on the weekend. You know, and if I want whole shit done on the weekday, my kids aren't present.
So are you single?
I'm dating.
Okay.
You know, I'm dating. You know, I'm not I don't have to answer to no fucking body. But it's like at this point, I was supposed to be getting. You know, I got engaged. What was it, a year and a half ago or something? Nigga bought me a ring, $27,000 easy, big ass ring. You know, but he was Muslim. I'm Christian. And it was like his way of thinking was just different from mine. Yeah,
did he want you to convert?
No, but he was just getting on me. He didn't let me. I couldn't be myself. Okay. You know, and then it came to the point where I would put. I'm so thorough and so much of a great mother. I would So what happened was, you know, it's Yoki and Ming, and Yoki is more easily to get along with. So he took a liking to Yoki. You know, but I felt like Ming's father already wasn't really around, so you should have stepped to the plate on that behalf. Yoki has an active father. And, you know, he would come in and be like, Yoki, I got you this. And I'd be like, well, where's Ming's stuff at? He'd be like, Ming was being bad yesterday. I don't give a fuck. What? You know, but I get it because that's his way of thinking. My way of thinking is we got to break up. Yeah. You know, like, I can't be with you because my daughter already going through enough. So most of the time in relationships, and I was dealing with somebody else and he had a son. I was loving this nigga. This was him. He bought his son around. His son was fresh, and I said, "Oh, we gotta break up."
Yeah.
You know, because I don't want you to not be. Your son can't come around. His son did some shake it fast and with his hands. And I said, "Oh no, it's over." The date we left. We was at Chickies and Pete's.
Wait, he did what?
The little boy, we met his son. I had my 2 kids with me, and the little boy got out the car, and you know how you act like you smacking somebody.
Yeah,
butt?
yeah.
I was like, I said, we gotta go. He was 6. I said, it's not giving.
So it takes nothing for you to get turned off.
When it come to my kids. When it come to my kids, if I feel, because see, and I feel like that's where my parenting comes in, because I'd rather be single than to have a nigga. Like the ring was crazy, the nigga could cook, the nigga could fuck, everything was great about this nigga. But I just feel like, and I tried to tell him, like, babe, you can't do that. You can't, if she was bad or if she wasn't, you can't do that. You can't do that to her. That hurts me. And you know, he tried to work on it, but it was just him. You know, he was consistent. Like, we would be eating and he'd be like, Yoki, what you want? Nigga, what main one? You know, like, right. And he'd be like, you so sensitive. I'm not. I'm protecting my kids. They all I got, and I'm all they got. You know, so when it come to my kids, I'm willing. And everybody be like, oh, Jen, you can't keep a man, nigga. No, it ain't that. It's because I'm a fucking great mother.
And they're young too, so it's still. Yeah. So do you have like a certain criteria with like guys, or is it just like you like you gotta have?
I don't give a fuck if he fat, black, ugly. I don't.
As long as he got the bread.
That's it. I'm not picky with looks. Actually, if any boy I ever made my boyfriend, they all was tall and thin and skinny. I love skinny. I don't like no niggas with no muscles.
Bobby is what? Boy, he's
nice,
he is handsome. Yeah.
He's a cute guy, you know, but I like my niggas tall and slim. I don't like husky niggas. I don't like big dicks. I don't like no niggas with no muscles. Like, I'm picky when it comes to shit like that, you know, but still ain't yet. Like, I don't really have a preference. Like, anybody I mess with, I don't really like light-skinned guys, but my last relationship was a light-skinned guy, and I was in love with this light-skinned, like, oh my God. Like, he wasn't really getting money, but I loved him, so I ain't give a fuck about none of that shit.
So what's your idea of getting money, though?
Like, getting money is, I got $6,000 in bills every month. I want you to be able to afford all of that. Period. And if I want to go a little shopping, you know, I feel like certain stuff is mandatory. I don't feel like buying me a $6,000 Chanel bag is mandatory, but I feel like paying my mortgage is, whether you live there, whether you've been there or not, that's a mandatory.
Fucking you or without fucking you?
Not without fucking me. I don't give a fuck. You don't gotta fuck me to get for you to pay nothing. See, my thing is, and that's what bitches fella realize, that, oh, she a whore, she fuck for money. No, I can get money from a nigga without giving him anything. The way I talk, my finesse game is ridiculous. You know, and I know that I've been living in my house since 2007. I never paid my mortgage myself ever, ever. You know, and I feel like that's against my fucking religion. Like, I'm never going to pay it myself, because I feel like, why? And you ain't even got to have been to my house to pay my shit. You're going to pay it because I said pay it. You know, it's so funny because some guy asked him for $1,600. He cashed at me half. I sent it back. He sent it again. So he called me like, Jen, why the fuck the cash app keep coming back? I sent it back because that's not what I asked you for. I asked you for $1,600. You sent me $8. I don't want the $8. So if you want to give me $8, you can keep it.
Do men be intimidated by you?
Of course.
I know women are.
Of course, yeah. I'm in a room, it's just like an elephant in there. And they don't got to, because I'm a very humble person. I don't mind fucking with a broke nigga, but I want a broke nigga that wants something in life. I can't just fuck with a broke nigga. If you selling nicks and dimes, you can't be content with selling nicks and dimes fucking with me.
But when do you find a fine line to let that man be a man?
I don't. That's horrible. That's why it's so bad.
That's probably the challenge, too. They keep them coming back. Cause they try to change you. Damn. Is that step back to the control? Yeah,
of course. I'm a control freak. If I tell you I'm cooking and the food gonna be ready by 7, I don't like microwave food. I don't like warming nothing up. So if I tell you, babe, the food is gonna be ready by 7:06, if you're not in the house by 7:06, I'm throwing the whole food out. It's not even giving. Pussy fuck, you won't eat tonight.
So you know you just woke up a lot of niggas with saying you don't like real big penises. Because I feel like Philly. Well, I don't know, you know, that's not really my life.
You a virgin?
No.
Okay.
I had to, you know, I put it like this. I had to find out what I liked and what I didn't like.
So you was born gay? I've been with a girl before.
Do?
I'm not bisexual.
Oh yeah?
I just been with a girl.
Just one girl?
Maybe like 3.
You always been into tattoos? You got it.
Yeah, I always been into tattoos. I just feel like it's expressing myself. It's actually a good side and a bad side. Yeah. You know, this is, I have two, I feel like I have two sides. I feel like I can be extremely sweet. I can be extremely nasty. Okay. So, you know, that's my tattoos. It's like Jen, the Jesus, the good fish, the good little sexy girl, then it's the skull heads, and this bitch, you're crazy. You know, it's just that.
Before we wrap it up, because I really do want to ask this, what's what's next for Jenn? Like, what's your whole
I want to make an app. I can't tell y'all the app because I don't want nobody to steal it or whatever. But I have this app that I feel like is going to make me a millionaire. You know, somebody hit me up to write a book. I'm interested in it or whatever. I've been busy, so you know. But as of right now, permanently, like what I can stand on, I'm the properties. You know, I own 4. You know, I'm on my 5th one. I've just been looking for a venue. I want to have a venue because I feel like when everybody kid turned 1. They buy them fucking cars that just sit in your living room and waste space. So I want to get a venue, and every day in my venue is going to be something going on there where you can come and we can turn up girls' night, a pull-a-thon, fucking the kids can ride the cars, bingo, whatever. You know, but it's hard. It's expensive. You know, my credit is good, but I'm in debt because I have so many loans out. You know, from my car to my house to my properties. You know, but I pay them, so it's not a big deal. But you know, I want to get something that I can just that I don't have to take a loan on. I can just say, oh, this is $20,000, $30,000. Let me just go ahead and cash out and keep it moving.
Okay. Well, look, man. This is only part 1 because this is way more we got to get into. You know what I mean? But you already know we in here. I'm in Boutique. My girl Jenn. It is what it is. You dig? You thought I was leaving?
No, I knew you was coming back for more. You're silly.
Whoa! I'm sorry. You know they want to know.
What they want to know?
Girl. The body.
The body?
The body.
The body.
The body.
What they want to know about the body? It's $20,000 worth of body, bitch.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
20 racks.
20 racks worth of body. Damn near. Damn near 20 racks. The boobs I spent damn near $8,500. That was the first thing I ever got done was my titties. Then I went back and got lipo.
Okay.
The lipo was $55. Then I went back and got lipo again. But when I got the lipo again, they took the fat out of my stomach.
I was going to ask you that.
And put it in the bottom of my butt. But what happened was when I went to Miami, he did one of my butt cheeks bigger than the other. So he's like, Jenn is swollen, but the swollen never fucking went away. So I ended up going to Body Art. Shout out the fucking Body Art.
Body Arts.
And I'm like, you know what, one of my butts is bigger than the other. You got to fix it. So what he did was, he used his better judgment. It wasn't enough fat for him to fill it in from my stomach. He took it out. He just took it out. But it's still, you know, it's probably still some fat. But see, the reason, and the thing is, they say, oh, Jenn, you got all them this in here, but you got to say, like, this is the key.
Yeah.
All of this is my butts. They put the fat at the bottom to give me a cup.
So this is no silicone shit. This is just...
No, it's the fat. But he only put it right here. You know, I wanted that cuff.
Okay.
So he gave me that cuff or whatever. But Jenny always had a fat. But I always been known to have a fat ass and no titties. Like, that's what goes on over here or whatever.
Oh, yeah?
So, yeah. But I feel like when you're doing a fat transfer, it's still yours. This is what goes on. Like, yeah.
Well, look. Y'all wanted to know so bad. I gave it to y'all.
She gave it to y'all.
What your tattoo say?
9 to 5 for what? Lil Wayne, my favorite rapper. You can love me or hate me. I swear it won't make me or break me. I'm going wherever the money takes me into a beautiful awakening.
Gen 1.
Gen 1, baby.
I'm in Boutique.
DJ Dior, 9 to 5 for what?
Health benefits.